Welcome back to all of our previous listeners. And if you are new here, this is the second episode of Disability Decoded Advocacy Unlocked, the new podcast for all things relating to disability, advocacy, and empowerment, all the ups and downs and everything in between. I'm Abigail Davis, but you can call me Abbey, your host and fellow advocate on this incredible journey of exploration and education. And for today, we are diving into the fascinating world of assistive technology, from innovative gadgets to life changing devices, and how assistive technology plays a crucial role in enhancing independence and accessibility for people with disabilities. Before we can have an educated discussion on the nuances of assistive technology, we first need to be able to understand what defines assistive technology. Assistive technology refers to any device, equipment, software, or system that is specifically designed or adapted to assist individuals with disabilities in performing tasks that might otherwise be difficult or impossible. These technologies aim to enhance independence, improve accessibility, and promote inclusion by adjusting a wide range of functional limitations across various domains, including mobility, communication, sensory perception, and cognitive functioning. That definition is definitely comprehensive, but it is also wordy and quite difficult to comprehend without breaking it down into smaller chunks. So let's take it one step at a time. Any device, equipment, software, or system that is specifically designed or adapted to assist individuals with disabilities in performing tasks that might otherwise be difficult or impossible. We are going to come back to fully discussing this definition and dissecting it and exploring the ins and outs of various assistive technologies. However, before we do, I would like to address something that will undoubtedly be discussed again throughout the production of this podcast. It's time for an educational spotlight. While I am all for being accurate with definitions and information on this podcast, I have a little bit of a bone to pick with the first part of this definition. I say that because this definition definitely appears to be written from the perspective of the medical model of disability. Most of you who are unfamiliar with the world of disability are probably currently confused. You may be asking yourself, medical model of disability? What is she talking about? Well, dear listeners, I'm so glad you asked. The medical model of disability views disability as resulting from an individual person's physical or mental limitations, and it is not connected to the social or geographical environments. The medical model focuses on finding a cure or making a person more normal. And I would like to point out that in the context of these definitions, cure and normal are in quotes. So, this model perpetuates the archaic mindset that disability is a problem that needs to be fixed, and things must be invented to make the challenges presented by a disability less encompassing. Remember, the definition of assistive technology said specifically designed or adapted to assist individuals with a disability? Why does it have to be designed specifically for individuals with disabilities? While some devices might be for specific challenges, there are other types of assistive technology that can be utilized by a multitude of demographics and individuals who are neurotypical or neurodivergent alike. This leads us to another perspective on disability, one on the other side of the spectrum, and a perspective that I personally subscribe to: the social model of disability. The social model of disability says that people are disabled by the barriers of society, not by the impairment or difference itself. Barriers can be physical, like buildings, not having accessible toilets, or it can be caused by people's attitude to differences, such as assuming disabled people cannot do certain things. The social model combats these societal barriers by creating an accessible situation that is universally helpful. A few examples would be Ramps in the sidewalk. They're helpful to individuals in wheelchairs, but also to the mom pushing a stroller with a toddler. Hands-free access to buildings is helpful for individuals with limited mobility, but also for the person entering the building with their hands full. The ability to call 911. I'm sorry, I misspoke. The ability to text 911 was created for individuals who are deaf, but it can also be a way for individuals to get help without alerting the person that they are with if that person is facing them in imminent danger. Safety buttons were originally created for individuals who are fall risks, but are now used by a wide range of individuals simply as an extra device for safety precautions when out on the town or in an unfamiliar place. Closed captioning on TV is primarily used by individuals who are hearing impaired, but it can also be used for English language learners to hear words in English and read the captions in their native language. These are just a few examples of the social model of disability at work. In our own experiences as people with disabilities, we have enjoyed adopting different perspectives into our everyday lives. I choose to see my disability and its limitations as part of my human experience. While it has created many challenges for me, it has also presented many unique opportunities. I have had an opportunity to participate in various activities such as Adaptive Sports through Miracle League, a sports organization for individuals with disabilities. I have also participated in arts programs for individuals with disabilities through Merrimack Hall Performing Arts Center in Huntsville, Alabama. I have performed at Disney World. I have gone to national dance competitions. I have had the opportunity to ride horses at Happy Trails Therapeutic Riding Center in Newmarket, Alabama. But for every experience that I have had specifically because of my disability and my ability to participate in programs for disabled individuals, I have had many unique opportunities with my neurotypical peers as well. I have learned about my power of words through public speaking and creative writing classes. I have taken leadership classes. I've gone to summer camps. I've participated in pageants. I've had the opportunity to judge horses for 4-H. I've even had the honor of being a disability liaison for student government my freshman year of college. This and so many other unique opportunities have helped mold me into who I am, both because of my limitations and in spite of them. The experiences I have had have shaped me into the person I am today and have given me the passion for advocacy that has set me on this journey to creating this podcast and pursuing a career in vocational rehabilitation counseling. I wish to help others find and enjoy unique experiences that will shape their perspective on the world and help them find their true passion and calling, and give them the ability to pursue things they might not have otherwise thought possible. All of this being said, everyone's perspective is different, and not everyone is going to see the world the same way that I do. So, if you prefer to view your limitations with the medical lens, or the social lens, or a different lens entirely, that decision is purely yours. I support your right to view your life experiences in the way that you choose. Autonomy is a precious gift that I treasure. Now that we have covered our educational spotlight, and you've had a few more snippets of my personal story, let's move back into today's main topic at hand, assistive technology. We have already established that I'm not a fan of the exclusionary nature of the phrase specifically designed or adapted to assist individuals with disability. But I digress. Let's move on into dissecting the rest of the definition and exploring each piece individually in an attempt to develop a more well-rounded understanding of the concept. The next piece of the definition reads, these technologies aim to enhance independence, improve accessibility, promote inclusion by addressing a wide range of functional limitations across various domains. Enhance independence. This could look different for each individual who has limitations. Some individuals are fiercely independent and only request help when absolutely necessary. Others are more focused on completing the task efficiently and with the least amount of challenges, and may ask for help sooner, and may delegate tasks to others and focus on the tasks that are fully achievable within the confines of their limitations. However, you choose to approach your independence as valid and respected. Your life experiences are unique and should be treated as such. Improve accessibility. In order to understand how assistive technology might improve accessibility, we first need to understand the definition of accessibility. Accessibility is the quality of being able to be reached or entered. So here's an example. Audio description in movies and media make media accessible to the blind individuals who access them. This assistive technology enhances accessibility. The definition continues with its final piece: promote inclusion by addressing a wide range of functional limitations across various domains. Inclusion is defined as the idea that everyone should be able to use the same facilities, take part in the same activities, and enjoy the same experiences, including people who have a disability or other disadvantages. So, if we are saying that assistive technology is meant to promote inclusion by addressing functional limitations, we are saying that assistive technology helps to eliminate or navigate around various barriers presented by the limitations that are created by a person's individual disability. There are several domains of functional limitation that are addressed by assistive technology, and we are going to learn about each domain and provide some examples of the technology that helps to eliminate or navigate around that particular barrier. Some of the domains are mobility, communication, sensory perception, activities of daily living, and cognitive functioning, but there are others. The domain of mobility. Mobility is the body's ability to navigate within a space. How that navigation takes place is immaterial. Walking unassisted, crawling, scooting, or using mobility aids. It's all mobility, and it's all movement that gets you where you want to go. Examples of assistive technology within the mobility domain include wheelchairs, both manual and power chairs, walkers, canes, guide dogs, and mobility service dogs. Communication domain. Communication assistive technology helps individuals to express their needs effectively or be able to participate in conversations with family and friends with limited barriers. Assistive technology in the domain of communication can include speech-generating devices such as Dynabox for nonverbal individuals, speech-to-text software for reading assistance in situations such as learning disabilities, text-to-speech software for allowing your voice to be heard when you are unable to speak. Sensory domain. Sensory. When a person's senses, such as their vision and hearing, are impaired, you require sensory assisted devices. These can include things such as braille displays and screen readers for blind individuals, hearing aids and cochlear implants for individuals who are hearing impaired. Beyond correcting sensory deficits, sensory-based assistive technology can also help to navigate sensory overstimulation, such as noise-canceling headphones, weighted blankets or vests, stress balls, sunglasses, dimmer switchers on lights, and many more. Activities of daily living domain. These are tasks that must be completed on a daily basis in order to complete other tasks, such as hygiene, dressing, feeding, housekeeping, grocery shopping, exercise, taking medication, and many other tasks. Some examples of assistive technology that assists in activities of daily living include adaptive utensils, adaptive clothing and shoes, automated home systems like Alexa and Google, dressing aids, handheld shower heads, walk-in tubs, shower benches, adaptive kitchen tools, grabbers, and so many more. Cognitive functioning domain. Pieces of technology that assist in the action of accessing learning and retaining information in navigating learning disabilities. Examples of these technologies include calculators, speech-to-text software such as DragonSpeak, read aloud features and word processing tools, mind mapping tools, LiveScribe pen, voice recorders, electronic organizers, and many more. Even after exploring each of these domains, we have barely scratched the surface of the extent of assistive technology. In addition to being grouped by the domain in which it provides assistance, assistive technology is also grouped by how much technology is used within the assistive technology itself. Assistive technology can be grouped either as high-tech, mid-tech, low-tech, or no-tech. I will briefly describe each and provide a couple of examples. High-tech assistive technology comprises advanced electronic and computer-based systems designed to help individuals with disabilities. They provide greater independence, access, and control. An example of this would be a power wheelchair with advanced navigation or eye tracking software used for communication. An excellent example of a person who utilized this technology was Dr. Stephen Hawking. Mid-tech assistive technology. Relatively complicated and mechanical devices that require a power source but don't contain sophisticated electronic systems. A few examples would be manual wheelchairs, talking calculators, adaptive computer keyboards, and mice. Low-tech assistive technology. Low-tech assistive technology are simple devices with few mechanical parts that do not require a power source. Examples would include adapted spoon handles, adaptive pens, canes, non-tipping drink cups, magnifying glasses, eyeglasses, and Velcro fasteners. No-tech assistive technology. No-tech solutions make use of procedures and services that already exist in the environment and do not involve the use of special devices or equipment. Examples include pencil grips, colored paper, extra time on testing, and using a scribe, reader, or interpreter. As you have no doubt began to discover during this in-depth academic exploration of assistive technology, almost any device or service can be classified as assistive technology if it is being used to lessen or eliminate a barrier proposed by a specific limitation. It is good to know that most disabling conditions encompass multiple domains. For example, my diagnoses require assistive technology in the domains of mobility, sensory perception, and activities of daily living. In order to navigate all of my challenges, I have utilized mostly mid-tech and high-tech assistive technology, but I have had experience with all the different types of tech as well. One final area of assistive technology I would like to cover today is assistive technology within technology. Whether you have an Android or an iPhone, a Windows computer, or a MacBook, these devices have assistive technology pre-installed in a special accessibility menu within the settings panel of the computer. This pre-installed assistive technology is present thanks to a law we discussed in last week's episode. This law is the 21st Century Communications and Video Accessibility Act of 2010. This law mandates that technology be made accessible to all of its users. Before we can wrap up for the day, I will give a few examples of the technology found within the accessibility menus of the devices mentioned above. Android, vision accessibility features. TalkBack, screen reader for the blind. Speak keyboard input, typing assistance. Automatically turn on audio description. Zoom, high contrast, magnifier, cursor color, and more. Hearing, real-time texting, alternative to phone calls for deaf individuals. Automatically turn on captioning. Live transcribe, service to caption face-to-face conversations. Hearing aid compatibility, enhances sound quality and allows you to use your phone with hearing aids simultaneously. Dexterity, universal switch, using other devices to control your phone. Ignore repeated touches. Voice access, answer calls automatically. Sticky keys. iPhone accessibility features. Vision, dark mode, change colors. Zoom, magnifier. Legibility, reduce on-screen motion. Braille display compatibility. VoiceOver, dictate, shortcuts, audio description, spoken content, Siri, mobility features, voice control, Siri, automatically answer calls, text prediction, switch control, keyboards, Bluetooth accessories, head tracking, assistive touch, hearing, sound recognition, live captions, real-time text, hearing aid compatibility, live listen, custom audio settings, background sound mute, LED flash alerts, vibration, speech, live speech, personal voice recorder, Siri pause time, type to Siri, switch control, cognitive features, focus, guided access, reduce screen motion, mute background sounds, Siri, shortcuts, captioning, transcripts, dictate, predictive text, screen time, app limits, find device, find a friend, check-in, separation alerts, image detection, point and speak, Windows computer, vision accessibility features, narrator, voice type, magnifier, contrast, text size, keyboard shortcuts, change colors, eye control, hearing, visual audio alerts, mono audio, captioning, Bluetooth audio devices, mobility, touch gesture assignment, on-screen keyboard, voice access, focus, accessibility features, enable suggestions, focus mode, no notifications for a set time, reduce distractions, simplify start menu, reduce notifications, Mac computer accessibility features. Apple appears to have an excellent grasp on the subject of universal design, and all accessibility features on a Mac operating system are the same features available on an iPhone. As we begin to emerge from our lesson on assistive technology in preparation to return to whatever tasks remain at hand, I would like to pose 2 questions to be thought about and answered both for your own knowledge and perhaps, if you feel comfortable, sharing your answers as well to our submission email. Think of these questions as a comprehension check for the podcast, very similar to those exit tickets you had to complete before leaving the classroom back in your school days. Question 1. If you have a disability yourself, which model of disability do you personally subscribe to? If you do not have a disability of your own, which model do you support in your day-to-day interactions with individuals with disabilities? Question 2. What assistive technology were you already familiar with before listening to this podcast, and which pieces of assistive technology or facts about assistive technology that you have learned today surprised you? If you would like to further discuss your answer to these questions or further expand your knowledge on assistive technology and models of disability, as well as help with conceptualization of future episodes of this podcast, please submit your stories, perspectives, grievances, experiences, and anything in between that will contribute to this valuable conversation. Submissions can be received at disabilitydecoded.discussion@gmail.com. Today, we have had the pleasure of covering a few different perspectives on disability, as well as having the opportunity to take an in-depth look at the different domains and classifications of assistive technology, as well as providing a few examples of each. I hope you will take this knowledge with you, and you may find it useful. And maybe next time you need to make a task a little bit easier, you will consider using a little bit of assistive technology yourself if you haven't already. Stay tuned for future episodes of Disability Decoded Advocacy Unlocked, where we will continue to explore issues, stories, and triumphs shaping the disability experience, one episode at a time. Thank you all for tuning in and being open-minded. I hope you will return. All resources used in the conceptualization of this episode and the content therein have been cited, verified, and provided in the description of this publication for your consumption and further education on the topics and discussions we have had today. This has been Disability Decoded Advocacy Unlocked. We will meet again, I'm sure, but for now, this is Abbey, signing off.